So I'm all packed up now, so I'm just going to go down here and have a little explore. It's quite a precarious little ledge I found myself on. But not wanting to find myself on this in the dark with Big Bertha on my back. That's quite a drop. You don't want to fall down there. This trail has just gotten really dangerous. That's all I have to stand on with Big Bertha on my back, pulling me, trying to kill me. Fuck's sake. Well, if I'm gonna die, I may as well film it. It's so thin and so high. Oh, crap. Oh shit. I'm just trying to lean into the rock, so if I do fall over, all I do is snap my legs on the really sharp rocks. Oh, okay. I think I've done. Oh. Whew. That is a really far distance to drop. One more. Get down. Okay, I'm safe again. That don't get your heart pumping. Fuck knows what will. But I'd say that would be really fine for me if I didn't have a 15 kilo bag on my back. This part just gets worse. It's now sloping towards the edge, so it's even harder to stay gripped. Oh shit, oh god. And I've got this roof above me, which is like making it even harder to stay closer to the rocks to grab onto something. Don't try this at home, kids. And it's just got thin again. Look at that. That is just an edge. Oh shit. So after half an hour of traumatic edge walking, I come to a part where it just stops, and I Google it because that's what you do in situations like that. I'm standing on the edge with Big Bertha on the floor now because, you know, fuck letting her drag me off this cliff. Turns out that's the old Pennine Way, not the new one. I'm using the wrong map. I'm using the old map, the not updated map, and that's why I nearly just died just then. So now I'm following it along the top, which is apparently what you're supposed to do, and I don't know, it's just frustrating me now because I've been looking for this trail for the last hour, and like, it's not exactly like it's the easiest terrain to just be walking around in circles on it, you know. There's nobody around either. I can't even ask anybody, and it's hot, really warm. So I'm just gonna have to hope it's this way. The weather's starting to turn on me now. It's nice and clear. There's even a tiny bit of blue sky and everything. But that's behind me. What I'm heading for is what I could just imagine as like the mountain of doom. I have to climb to the top of that, and it looks like there's about to be a storm. Clouds everywhere. I'm not gonna cave it this time. The storm I go. The higher I get, the stronger the wind is. So I've got this on my face now to stop it from like whipping me and stuff. barely see a thing. On the descent. Look at that view. Oh wait, I'm near the bottom of the hill now, and I can see Pennine, which is going to be the big challenge of today. Literally the stairs to nowhere. Got some pretty spooky looking places. I was about to fall off a really high height.
After descending from the clouds of Pennine, I made my way to the village of Ribbledale, the start of the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge. Although I wasn't planning to do the Three Peaks Challenge, I did meet some lads who were in a pub who decided to sneak me into their campsite to give me a place to stay that night.
There you go. That's quite. There we go.
Where's Ned?
So these guys decided to get me a few beers in and took me to a random campsite in fuck knows where.
That's not right.
They're really nice guys. Thank you so much for looking after me tonight.
All the way from Bridlington.
All the way from Bridlington, and they're about to do the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge. And you guys gonna do it, aren't you?
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
Easy. We'll smash it. Easy.
Thank you. Cheers. So last night I met a bunch of lads in the pub, and yeah, they pretty much just looked after me. They took me back to their campsite and they fed me, and we just chilled out, and yeah, it was really nice, and just dropped me back off into the village that I got to last night. And they're about to go off and do the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge, so good luck to them. I hope they do well. So it's 6 AM, which is probably the earliest I've ever set off. I'm heading for a city called Hawes. And nothing was open in the village. It wasn't open. The cafe that I wanted to go to get some sweets and stuff like that was closed when I got there yesterday. And it closed this morning before I left. I'm running low on sugar stuff and water already, and I have 14 miles. But I suppose, because it's so wet, I probably won't feel so dehydrated today. But it's supposed to brighten up about 3 o'clock, which is good because I'm desperate to dry all my stuff out, because everything got absolutely soaked yesterday. And I've also got some blisters forming on my toes. One day of rain, that's all that it took to put everything into shit. But it's fine, because that's part of the adventure. Just come along this huge underground cave that you definitely don't want to fall down. I was expecting it to be a river because I just saw the river kind of here, but it just goes down and then straight down underground. No, I won't be exploring that, I don't think, because I do value my life. But it is somewhere that I'd love to be able to spelunk, I suppose. That goes down so deep. More and more it just looks like I'm heading into Mordor. Definitely walking among giants here, just surrounded by huge hills. Day in the cafe, and other than it being slightly boring, I rested a lot. But Hawes is a really nice little village actually. This looks like a particularly moody evening. It looks like it's definitely going to rain on me tonight. But I've just found somewhere that's a potential for me to camp. It's full of trees, so I might actually have a bit of cover tonight, which will be nice. Tonight I'm having a stinging nettle tea. Yeah, it's definitely more humid today. It's a lot getting up this hill.
As the days went on the Pennine Way, my knees started to become injured from the hills going up and down them. The weight on my back and the steep descents I was faced with every day caused the ligaments in my knee to swell.
Me now is a Great Shun of Fell. I'm pretty sure that over there is the peak of it, I guess, and really quickly. So I don't know if I'm getting fitter or I don't know. Just made it to the top of the Great Shun of Fell, and there's like a big whole bunch of benches here, which is nice, and there's something to eat. Just chilled out. It's quite windy up here, but you know, it's, I think I'm 734 metres up now, and I'd imagine the view is amazing on a clear day. It's still quite misty, and I think the clouds are coming in behind me, so I'm actually heading for the clearer section, which is nice. I'm on to the edge now. This is a pretty impressive cairn right here, and it looks like it's quite a steep way down, so about to hurt my knees again.
The scenery was rugged and beautiful, but I was beginning to get bored of seeing endless moorlands. Every feature of the land was a nice distraction from the pain in my knee and the boredom through my mind.
Just come to a really beautiful part. Like, this is the nicest part of today's walk. Like, the valley is just absolutely stunning. Wow. Wow. It's just so vast. Doesn't even feel like I'm in England again. Absolutely tons of rabbits up here, like loads. Every time I look, you can just see movement of one of them running away.
Leaving the moorlands for the wild hills that overlooked Keld was one of my favourite parts of the Pennine Way. I was constantly blown away by the vast differences that I'd encounter along the route of the Pennine Way. Tiny things such as seeing the wildlife or the change in landscape would bring my morale right back up.
seem to have found myself in the bloody wilderness now. It's just turned into like really thick forest. And there's tons of sheep that are on the track and they're just terrified of me. Or they can smell me and they're running away because of that. One or the other. Either way, it's very beautiful still. I can't believe I'm still on the same hill. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything to you. Gonna get my water. Little ducks in there and everything. Well, there's one duck. I just found my campsite right next to the waterfall. God knows if there's going to be any like skinny dippers at night, but seems pretty flat and pretty quiet, so I'm going to do it.
Good morning. Oh, actually it was so comfy here. The floor's really nice and springy. But got to get up, got to get those miles done. So I'm going to get up, have some breakfast, leave this to dry for a bit. And there you go.
So we're ready to go now. I'm feeling pretty good now. I've had a shower. And I'm not going to bother getting some water from here, and the reason why is because today I get to go to Tan Hill, which is supposed to be known for the highest pub in England, and I'm definitely stopping there. Looks like I left just in time. There's a bunch of people who just turned up. Could you imagine if I was already in the waterfall while they all turned up? I think they were all there. D of E students as well, so that would have been really awkward.
As I left Keld, I was brought back into the beautiful rolling hills of the Pennine Way. Although my knee was suffering, I was really enjoying the beautiful views that they were providing. Coming across small abandoned farms added an air of intrigue to my journey.
Weather's starting to clear up now. The sky looks absolutely unreal and beautiful, and the landscape is just amazing. We're back in the middle of the hills again and it's beautiful. So let's approach Tan Hill Inn, which apparently is the highest inn in Britain. And I'm feeling a bit of altitude sickness, so I guess, you know, apparently the best thing for altitude sickness is beer. So
I took a nice long break in the Tan Hill Inn with a nice cold pint before I headed off onto the moors again. The coming miles will be a trial on my back, my legs and my mind.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. He was once such a love of mine. Tell him to make me a cambric shirt. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Without no seams nor needlework, then he'll be a true love of mine. Tell him to find me an acre of land
1% battery left, but I'm literally on a hill just above the village, so I'm just going to camp up here and go into the shops and stuff tomorrow. I know you can't see me, but the wind on this hill that I decided to camp on is so strong. Like, I'm genuinely a little bit worried that it might rip my pegs out and start sending me down a hill or something. This wind is turned into like a storm, and without the lightning and stuff, but it's raining, it's really badly raining. The wind is like 30 miles an hour, I think. And I cannot sleep at all. Good morning. It's about 10 to 10 in the morning, and it's only been calm for about an hour, which sucks. I barely slept at all. I think this is the perfect time to get up. I know I've only had about 4 hours sleep, but I woke up about an hour ago. I heard rain again and I was like, shit, I have to wait again. But the rain stopped, the wind stopped, and there's a farmer down there moving all his sheep, so I have to get the fuck up, get dressed and go.
Into Scarborough Fair, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. He was once a true love of mine.
Met this crazy hiker, his name's Will, and he's doing the whole Pennine Way, and he goes to Durham University.
Yeah.
And he's studying to be an anthropologist.
I always embrace the opportunity to walk with someone else, and so I walked the whole day with Will along the River Tees.
That definitely wasn't the easiest way to cross, but at least it wasn't wet. Bloody hell, with Big Bertha, that's really hard. That is. Woo. Hard work that is. It was definitely a traumatic but awesome little climb, and I'm really glad I didn't have to do it on my own, so thanks Will for not leaving me. I've needed to take a seriously long break because my fucking back is killing me. So Will's gone on ahead because he needs to get to the pubs before they close, because he needs to get some food and he hasn't got any. Well, it doesn't matter for me because I've got noodles tonight. So I'm just gonna lay here for a bit and let my back stop killing me, and then I've got another 7 miles to go. And once I get there, I can just camp up. Hopefully it'll be a nicer night than last night. Saying goodbye to the River Tees now. It's just going off and up that way, and I've just got to keep going this way. I'll keep going west all the way to Dufton. I'm really flagging now, I have to admit. Like, my back's starting to hurt, my knee's starting to hurt. But I think I've only got about 6 miles at the most until I get there. So I've got about an hour and a half, hour and 45 to get there. So let's hope I do.
As I started to approach Dufton, I started losing the trail and it became unclear. I came to hike up Nick and I nearly decided to go down it, which would have been a massive mistake.
I can tell this next bit is going to be steep, but very scenic, but very steep. So just look at that for a view. How beautiful is that? It's going to go into a valley, but I think it's going to be quite steep and hard to walk on valley with my bag and stuff. It's going down into a creek, and I guess that's a waterfall. That's actually like a dead waterfall. Wow. Look, if you look at that, just goes that way. So it's like a big old waterfall. That's really cool. I bet that looks really cool in the wet seasons. No idea where I'm going now though. I just researched, and this is called Hike Up Nick. And I still have no fucking idea where I'm going. I hope I don't have to go down that. That sounds very fucking dangerous. I doubt it though. I don't actually know where I'm going. I have to have a look. In Hike Up Nick now, and I'm pretty certain I don't have to go this way because fucking hell, this looks so dangerous. It's just a scree slope all the way down. But I have no idea where the path is. And it's actually quite echoey here. Holy shit. I am definitely not doing this with Big Bertha. Fuck that. Shit. It can't be this way. But I just realised where I'm going now, so I've got to go up and over, like I'm following this ridge along. So that's a comforting thought. Death trap. Definitely not going down you. And hello, long ridge to freedom. Yeah, I believe up here. See, this is the thing, this is what I hate about the Pennine Way. It's never clear. It's never ever clear. It's so badly signposted sometimes. Sometimes it's great, but a lot of the time it doesn't tell you where you're supposed to go. That's really annoying.
In my opinion, Hike Up Nick was probably the most epic scenery I'd seen on the whole of the Pennine Way.
I think this is one of the coolest valleys I have absolutely ever seen. So what we can see in the distance over here is the mountains of the Lake District. So we're high up on this ridge, it's amazing. I don't think there's a better place for me to have dinner than right here. So I'm gonna have my dinner sat on the ridge of this huge, huge valley. This is why I do it. I just realised that my knee is starting to really hurt. You're standing on a tiny little waterfall that just goes down 600 metres. That's pretty scary, so all the rocks here are really slippery and I don't want to slip at all. It's definitely finally see the descent now. It's just over there, but unfortunately the sun's descending as well, so it's a race against the sun to the floor. I'm on the very last little bit of sunlight tonight. I've just made it to Dufton, which is a huge achievement for me because it means I've done 23 miles today, which is awesome. Way more than I needed to. Definitely picked up the pace, so I am aching like hell, but it's going to be worth it. But tomorrow is the real challenge. Tomorrow's Crossfell. It's crazy to think that people live in such a remote, tiny little place.
I literally just camped in the middle of the village in Dufton because I just couldn't bear the idea of going out and looking for somewhere in the dark and finding somewhere shit. So someone might move me on, someone might not, who knows, I don't care. But I need some serious sleep tonight because tomorrow is probably going to be the hardest day of the entire Pennine Way. I've got to take on Crossfell, which is also known as Fiend's Fell, and according to ancient legend it was haunted by spirits and evil things or whatever, so it's just going to be a nightmare.
So it's nearly 10 o'clock now. I've just sorted all my bags out and stuff like that. But today is the day. Once I walk to that cafe there, I would have walked 500 miles. 500 miles! And this is also the 25th of July, which means I've been walking now for 2 months. 2 months of walking. It's just mental, isn't it? This is definitely a milestone, so I'm going to go and have a nice cup of tea, and then I have a big monstrosity of a task today of climbing Crossfell.
I have been lucky on the day that I chose to take on Crossfell because the weather was absolutely beautiful.
It's really hard, really hard. I'm struggling today. I decided that if I need to eat all my food to get to the end of this, I will. Just everything. I just need the calories right now. So, I'm so flagging so bad now. I'm at the top of not full. Try and conserve energy. It should be okay. And after all that sugar, I actually feel much better now. One big benefit of the extremely hot weather is I can literally walk through what would be the bogs, and they're completely dried out. Loads and loads of food today. Sent in Great Dunhill now. Okay, so this mountain is the highest mountain on the entire Pennine Way. Crossfell. We finally meet. come to the end of the limestone trail, and now it's just a boggy mess. I'm gonna have a rest on the cross, and I'm gonna make a hot chocolate because I feel like I've earned it, and I still have some water left, so fuck it, why not? I don't think many people get to do this on Crossfell. So here's to the hardest part of my entire walk finally completed. It's getting slightly late now. It's like 6:30, so I need to get down really. I'm 893 meters up in. There's no real trail, it's just a series of cairns kind of leading you in a direction. Like beacons of light showing you the way. Just spotted the bothy down there, so, and I know that's the way I've got to go as well, so that's convenient. And why it's so easy to get lost up here. There's literally nothing that indicates what way the Pennine Way goes, so unless you've got a map and a compass and you know roughly what direction you need to be going in, or you don't know, if you know about the bothy then you know you got to go that way, but there's really nothing to like go by. It's just like I've just been going down this hill, whatever the easiest way is. But it should definitely be sorted, I think. Okay, I found myself into a bit of a trail now. There's an actual like flattened grass, and it's going the right way. So I guess I'm going the right way. Nearly at the bothy now. There we are. Apparently this is called Greg's Hut, and it was put here by Mountain Rescue for people who get caught out on this hell of a mountain. Who knows, there might even be people in there. I doubt it, but there might be. Greg's Hut. Ooh, I've got firewood already. This is already a great place already. Oh. This is cool. So fire platform. People have left all kinds of awesome stuff. There's a sign-in book. I'm guessing this is where you would sleep. Get you off the ground. This is a really well kitted out little bothy actually, wow. Absolutely awesome. I guess this is all the rules. And there you go. Old Greg himself. What a legend. Brilliant. That's so cool. I'd love to be able to spend it here. There's the window. I just cooked up some noodles, and there was a beer left here, so I'm going to have that because there's only one, and I just don't want other people having to deal with fighting over it, so I'm just going to do them a favour. But I'm going to leave some noodles behind in exchange for it. smash the rest of this out. Made it to Garrigill. It's like 10 o'clock and I've got about another 4 miles to get to Alston. I am absolutely fucking wrecked. Like, my legs just, I can't even describe how bad they hurt. So tomorrow I'm definitely gonna have to try and get some like eggs and protein and all that sort of stuff and just try and recover a little bit, because I don't know how many days of this I can endure. This is really painful now. So yeah, but I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit and then I'll decide if I've got it in me to do another 4 miles. So we'll see. I am in the worst mood on this entire trip. It's been an absolutely brutal day. To make it worse, those last 4 miles to Alston, I got like caught in the dark. I knew that was going to happen anyway. I was prepared for that. But I got lost, couldn't find anywhere to camp, fell over, fucking started getting cold. My absolute body feels brutalized. And I mean, it's all my own fault. I should have stopped in that last village. I should have done that, but I didn't. I just kept going because I'm an idiot. Yeah, and now I just put a fucking hole in my bivvy, which has pissed me off. Like, it's not a critical hole. It's not going to ruin it all, but it's still a hole, and it's really fucking pissed me off. So I'm in a bad mood, and I'm laying here fully clothed because I'm just too tired to even get changed. I've got no water and I've still got to get to Alston. I'm not even in Alston yet, so I have no idea how far away it is, and I'm just sometimes this walk is fucking hard. It's really hard. So this is just one of those days. Anyway, I'm going to try and sleep now, so good night. Yeah, I'm on the move. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I feel like utter shit. That camp I stayed for, the ground that I chose in the dark was so lumpy, and it was like on a slant like that, so I was just rolling down this hill all night. And now it's really cold this morning as well. Well, I might find it cold because the condensation was so wet and I woke up a bit damp, so it might not actually be as cold as I feel like it is, but I was shivering this morning. So the plan now is just to get into Alston, find a cafe, have a cup of tea, and really think about what I've got to do next. I do need to get some protein, and I do need a rest day very soon. Whether it's going to be today, tomorrow, or when, I don't know yet. But I'll decide that in the cafe when I've had something to eat, because I'm starving. I haven't got any water to cook or anything like that. So just yesterday was absolutely horrendous. So I'm in Alston now. Just going to try and find a cafe. I really do feel like the Pennines have just chewed me up and spat me out. Just feel absolutely brutalised. So tired. So I've more or less decided I'm going to have a rest day today. I spent most of the morning in Blueberry's tea shop. I've just bought loads and loads of protein from the co-op right here, which I'm rinsing their Wi-Fi at the moment, sat outside. And now I'm just going to go find some bush to sit in for the next day. I'll cheer myself right up. I just went to the spa and got myself a slushie. Not only did I get myself a slushie, got a sausage roll for £1, which was good, and I found out that they do those little disposable barbecues, and I really fancy some Cumberland sausages while I'm in Cumbria, and so that's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I think I found the perfect place to spend the next day to look after myself. I don't have to do anything. There's a forest in there and it's easy to get into. It doesn't look like I'm going to get kicked out, and I could just spend the whole day here. I'm right next to the Pennine. I can hide my bag over there if I want to go and have a little explore. This is perfect. So thank God I found this place. I was going to have a barbecue today, but it absolutely stormed it down. So instead I just went to the pub and had a bunch of pints. But today's the day that I realised that I've walked 612 miles. So that's awesome. I've also got to my fundraising goal of £500, which is a big high five to me as well. And it's just an all around good day. So now I'm just looking for my bag, which I hid in those bushes. Can you see it? Can you see it? I bet you can't. That's the whole point. So humid and really like misty, and I don't know, it's almost dreamy right now. Like the clouds are just beautiful. Everything's just, I don't know, everything's just quite nice now the storm's just passed. But I ain't having a barbecue because I just know as soon as I start it, it's just gonna go wrong. So I'm gonna boil my eggs, have my tuna. I bought some raisins to have for dessert, and then tomorrow I'm going to go and buy some sweets and smash out 17 miles. Last night was a pretty reasonable night. I just stayed in the football field. It didn't rain or anything. I had 6 eggs, a can of tuna mixed with some sweet corn and coleslaw, because coleslaw was really cheap, for dinner last night, and then a massive packet of raisins because I love chocolate raisins. And yeah, then this morning I just dried everything out. It's about 8:30 in the morning. It's a lot later than I expected to be up, but I woke up at 7 naturally, so at least I know that I got the rest that I needed. And now I'm heading to the shop to buy some sweets. Then I'm going to go to a cafe to have some breakfast, because God knows when the next time I'll be able to do that is. And then I'll be on my way. The Cumberland sausage sandwich for breakfast, and now I am heading out of Alston. So I've just gone past Whitley Castle, which is a Roman fort in the middle of the North Pennines, right next to the Maiden Way. So I'm just going to go and have a little look at it quickly, since it's right here. And since I'm going to be an ancient history and archaeology student studying the Romans, I feel it's my duty to go and have a look at this. Right here is the fort. This is where the fort was, and apparently it's never even been excavated, which is really interesting, but lots of awesome tiny little finds have been found. And really what this was apparently speculated to have been used for is for the lead and silver miners who are living up here, and this is one of the biggest kind of houses for lead miners, and they would actually normally be used to small stone circle houses, so something as big as this was like a huge luxury to them. Then parade ground over there near the Maiden Way. Those ditches there are basically used as a defence, because they were pretty worried about people coming down this hill to attack them. Oh, where I'm standing right now is called the Principia, which is basically the headquarters of the fort. and this is all the decisions were made. This is how they looked after the soldiers' pay, and it was the most important room of the entire fort. And you can pretty much see there's some like square kind of mounds, and this is the different kind of rooms that they had, which is really interesting, don't you think? Well, I didn't find any artifacts today. I guess the real treasure was Norwich. I don't know about you, but I don't really want Corey Feldman trying to save me. I'll be honest with you, my knees are really fucking painful again today after, I don't know, probably about 3 hours of walking now. Got my work cut out for me soon because a storm is literally around the corner. Any minute the heavens are about to open. It's going to be like the apocalypse is starting, and someone just told me that it's likely we're going to get hail as well. The weather seems to be holding out, and it's actually a little bit clearer up there now. It doesn't look that bad. It's getting dark, but that's because of the time. So who knows? God knows what's going to happen tonight. The ideal situation's happened, and I found a nice little forest. It's got a trail and everything. I follow that tomorrow, and it will take me straight back to the Pennine Way up to Hadrian's Wall. Thunder's just died now, so I really need to hurry the fuck up. I'm more or less in my bivvy now, and it's thundering, but there's no rain yet, so I'm just waiting for it. I keep hearing all these sounds, all these stormy sounds, but it hasn't started raining yet. It's so humid in this bivvy, so I've left the door open a little bit. And just every single sound, I'm trying to close the bivvy again. Anyway, good night. It is 10 to 11 and the rain has just not stopped, so I feel something cold. And I've got my bivvy, and I really have these bad feelings that my bivvy is leaking. And oh, hello. I am going to check. Oh fuck. Yep. We have like an inch of water in my bivvy at the bottom. Shit. Fuck's sake, I can't even believe this. No, I can't believe it. Well, I don't have much choice but to just try and slip through it. The top of my bivvy is pretty dry, which is where all my stuff is, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I just can't trust this bastard thing, which is really annoying me. Good morning, or not so good morning. My feet are absolutely drenched. I am so annoyed. I have no idea what I'm going to do. It's still raining out there, so don't know how I'm supposed to get dressed or anything without getting wet. It's supposed to rain all day today, just non-stop. It's just going to be a horrible, horrible day. I don't even know how much my bivvy is wet at the moment, but I know for a fact anything past my waist down is drenched.
Absolutely drenched inside.
I'm on the move again now. The rain seems to have stopped for now. I'm just not going to let it bother me. It's annoying. Everything in my bag is wet. And I have no idea when the next time I'm going to be able to dry it out is, but it's beyond my control. Couldn't have done anything about it. So I'm just going to stop being a wuss and keep going. So I just got to find my way to Hadrian's Wall now, which means I'm trying to find a bridge over the river. It's always something. So if you just look in the distance, those hills over there, that's the wall. That's where the wall is. And I'm heading for it now.
My last few days on the Pennine Way were some of the most brutal I'd had on my entire walk.
Wow. I've walked all the way to Hadrian's Wall and now I get to go and walk along it.
I could not believe how far I had come. I was mere days away from being able to say that I had walked from Land's End in Cornwall all the way to Scotland. However, the storm was just about to hit.
The weather's about to turn on me now. It's like black everywhere. So I know it's going to rain any minute, but I also really need a break because my knee is absolutely killing me now. It comes! Just bad. This is really bad. That's Scotland over there. And I've got to get to that. Oh God. I think Sauron knows I'm getting close. Okay, I just made it to the top. Hound Hill. Waterproof trousers have come out now. Weather's a bit brutal now. It's on to rain. Oh shit. That the sun, well, not so much the sun, but the sky's just opened up and it's beautiful again. This place is completely unpredictable, isn't it? Now entering forests again. Okay, this has just made my day. There's this amazing pit stop in the middle of a farm and everything. It's amazing. Whoever owns this place is an absolute saint. I'm on the last little stretch now to Bellingham, and it's just dawned on me that this is the penultimate town before I basically go for the Scottish border. There it is, the distance to Bellingham. I've made it to the town of Bellingham, as you can see from the town hall. I'm hoping to stay in the church tonight. I don't know yet, but the vicar might be around to ask. The place was open, I've just left my bag there so I can just run to the shop. And then I might give her a call this time instead of just dropping in and assuming. But I need somewhere out of this storm because there's going to be a storm coming at any minute. And I really don't want to get caught in it again.
Like a medieval pilgrim, I asked the priest if I could take sanctuary in their town church for one night on my travels to avoid the storm.
So tonight I get to stay in the church, and this time it's legitimate because the Reverend came in and I asked her very, very, very nicely if I could stay in her church for tonight, and she said as long as I'm out by 7 in the morning, because that's what time she has a service, it's all good. So I've literally, hopefully all my stuff will be dry tomorrow.
Good morning. It was pretty cold last night because all of my clothes, everything is still wet. I haven't had a chance to dry it out yet, so I've only literally slept in the clothes that I walked in last night. I'm gonna go grab some food at the co-op and just head off.
That's been done in the church tonight, so thank you very much to the St Cuthbert's Church. I appreciate it.
So I'm heading out of Bellingham now, and today's the day that I go for the Scottish border, which is pretty cool. Okay, storm's coming in now. Just see the ton of lightning over there, and the winds have just gotten quite gnarly, but I have just found a nice little stick I can use as a walking stick. So tiring today. This sign right here literally represents the last stretch that I'm going to be on for the Pennine Way. Byrness, right over those hills there is Scotland. Literally, I'm probably about 2 miles away from the border. How awesome is that? That is an amazing feeling. I've walked the entire length of England